Hi there, my name is Mark Marshall. I'm from Zandula Conservation, where we look after a whole bunch of little creatures all the time. Today, I'm talking about spiders. And I know everybody gets a little bit scared when we talk about spiders because these little guys gives us reason for being scared. For example, if you go and you turn around, you pick up something in the garden and you squish this hairy thing between your fingers, or you're watching TV, you look up on the wall and there's this big hairy spider looking down at you, or you go walking through the field and all of a sudden you get this web across your face and immediate panic happens. And that is because spiders give you the element of surprise. Now, when you're surprised, fear kicks in immediately because number one, if the web is on your face, where is that spider that spun the web? But remember, maybe that spider spun the web last night or 3 days ago, so it might not even be there. Now, what we must remember here in South Africa, we get big, hairy spiders. Now, don't worry about those spiders because those guys are actually not dangerous. Dangerous meaning they're not life threatening. If you squish them or you hurt them, of course they're going to defend themselves and bite you and give you a little bit of venom, and you might have a little bit of a headache or a bit of swelling, but nothing else will be the problem. The main spiders in this group are obviously the baboon spider, which is a big, hairy spider, and the rain spider. Now, everyone says the rain spider is to blame for many heart attacks because it gives you the biggest fright ever when you see it. Firstly, it runs. So, if you see the spider, you often crawl up to it and it gets up and runs away quickly or runs towards you, and then you get the fright of your life. But it's not a dangerous spider. The ones we have to look out for are the teeny tiny ones. For example, we call them the button spiders, but the rest of the world refers to them as widow spiders. They are significantly medically significant. In other words, you have to go see a doctor or go to hospital if you have been bitten by one of these guys. All right. The other one is the sack spider and also the violin spider. Those are very nasty little guys, but luckily they're not as common as all the other spiders. Spiders are basically making a good role in our life because they're eating all the mosquitoes and all that stuff. So they're doing us a good job. But it's up to us to look after them to make sure that we do not hurt these little guys. And spider will never ever run up to you and give you a bite. It knows you're there. It's there defending itself, obviously camouflaging, hoping to catch something. And also, these little guys literally will not bite you unless you squish them or you hurt them. Now, when you're bitten by a spider, this is what you must do. Firstly, a lot of spiders are blamed for bites, but there's other creatures, little insects that can bite you and hurt you, make an infection on the hand wherever they've bitten you. But spiders, if they manage to bite you, you might not realize it, and you'll get a horrible little itch on your hand wherever he's bitten you. You'll scratch it, and then a few days later, it does not go away. It still carries on, gets worse. That's when you have to go to doctor and get put on a course of antibiotics because spiders might have a little bit of venom, but they've got very dirty fangs. So if they bite you, a secondary infection might kick in, which means you might actually have a very insignificant bite, but the secondary infection is actually worse than the bite. So that's why I always recommend go on to antibiotics, keep the wound clean, and you'll be fine. You'll be sorted out straight away. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and you learnt a lot. And feel free to visit sandulaconservation.co.za or Mark Marshall Sandula Conservation on Facebook. Thanks.